Good evening, you're watching PLZ Soccer. This is your Scottish News Bulletin from outside Hampden Park, where tomorrow Scotland will take on Israel in the Euro 2020 playoff semi-final. But it's bad news today. Steve Clarke's men have suffered 3 missing players. Stuart Armstrong, Ryan Christie and Kieran Tierney will all be unavailable for the upcoming 3 matches after Armstrong tested positive for coronavirus. Christie and Tierney were close contacts, so they must self-isolate for 2 weeks. All 3 will miss club action when it returns in over a week's time. That includes the Old Firm for Celtic's Ryan Christie. Really bad news for the Hoops considering what happened to Odsonne Edouard. He suffered the same fate yesterday evening. But let's stay on Scotland at the moment. Very, very bad for Steve Clarke. It could force his hand as well. We saw him switch to a 5 at the back in September, and despite 4 Nations League group points, they failed to impress in that 5-2-3 formation. So it could prompt a change back to a 4-3-3. Here's what Clarke had to say earlier.
I obviously know the players that are involved and key players for us, so a difficult time for me as a manager, and now some difficult decisions to make, or some other decisions to make in terms of team selection, which really is my main focus now, because what's happened has happened. Hopefully everyone involved come through with no issues, and the health of everybody is more important than any game of football. But now, as a football manager, the national manager, I have to make sure that we get the team on the pitch, right frame of mind, and ready to go for a positive result.
Now, of course, all the news is about Hampden Park, Scotland and the national team, but a quick mention about the League Cup that continues this evening. 6 Betfred Cup games in the group stages. The highlights include Hibernian at home to Highland League side Brora Rangers, and also St Mirren taking on Partick Thistle in their first competitive game for 7 months. That's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can like, share and subscribe to PLZ Soccer on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, which is where you can also catch up with the football show with Peter and Ruffy. They will have discussed all today's stories with the panel and exclusive guests.